Hello and welcome to 30 Old, 30 Young. And this is the first episode of a very special first month for us.
Yes.
This is the first listener special month. We put a poll out there, I'm sure some of you saw, with some ideas about things we could talk about. And we put all the ideas in the hat, pick one out, and good old Victoria's topic is what we're doing. So if you see Victoria walking around all swagged out in 30 Old, 30 Young merch, you know why.
She's our girl.
Yes.
But thank you so much to everyone. There were so many good ones that were like, oh, should we do this one? But please, next time we do a story, like we said, we're not going to do it every month. It's just going to be a special month where we let a listener completely take over. So we've got some questions in this episode from Victoria herself. And she is, like Jacob said, the listener of the month. And we're dedicating this one to you, Victoria. Thank you so much. And let's get dug in.
And the rest of the month, not just this episode, all of the month.
The month of May.
Lucky girl. So we're diving. So her topic is. Well, we already said it last episode.
Solo travelling, yeah, we all know that. If you follow our Instagram,
solo travelling.
If you got on our Instagram, should we do that again or not?
No, I like it. Because I was doing a drum roll and I realised we've already told everyone
that
what it is.
3 times. Instagram, last episode, yeah.
Yes. So solo travelling, and what do you want to jump into about solo travelling? Is it the myths about it? Is it the eat, pray, love about it? Is it the wild about it? You know, what are we going to dive into? I'm going blind in this. This is all you.
This is all Victoria. Victoria,
Okay,
where
so
are you?
So, yeah, come on, Victoria. Jesus. You just turned up for the merch and that was it. So what is it? Go on. Hit me. Go on, give us a question. Let's just open with a Victoria question.
Let's have a look.
Straight in.
Okay, so there's been quite a few questions from Victoria. We'll go through them throughout the episode. Maybe touch on some at the end of this one. Obviously, we've got 2 main episodes on solo travelling, so we'll do some more questions.
We'll sprinkle them through.
Exactly. But first of all, have you done solo travelling before? Let's just, before I get into
I've had a
questions.
dabble. I've had a little dabble in solo travelling. I haven't done it in the, and I know I sound like I'm taking the piss out of you with the Eat, Pray, Love thing. I haven't done it.
You're taking the piss because it's all about
I am taking the piss because, yeah.
not to me, it goes over my head.
No, that's it. But like,
yeah, man,
I haven't. Mine's been more. I did it in the States, so I went to uni in the States, and when I finished with uni, I had my car and I just went off. I drove about, and I was way less neurotic when I was out there. When you I wasn't living out my car, but there were just a few more like little risks you take. A few more like if I've got less than half a tank of petrol over here, I start to have a little bit of like, oh fucking hell, need to get this sorted out. Whereas there, I knew that car so well that I knew the miles in there. I knew how long I had left in that tank,
how lovely.
And it was just driving around, and it was my no, I say little Jeep. No car in America is little. It was my Jeep, and it was the most unreliable car. It used to run for 4 hours without any problems, but then it would overheat, and you'd have to sit it on the side of the road for an hour. So every journey, you always need to add an hour, maybe 2 hours. But yeah,
did you enjoy it? Where did you go?
Oh God! So I went to uni in Indianapolis. So I was smack bang in the Midwest. So I just went up and down. So I went down.
So what? So you literally went out some weekends on your own?
Yeah, I just had a little pop. About.
Did you feel scared? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't feel scared at all.
Did you? Oh, lovely.
It was more the budgeting aspect of it. Not to go back into the finances, but like it was more like, can I afford to do it? And if not, what I would do is I would drive off.
Yeah.
And this isn't actually illegal to do in the States, but you can get away with it.
Oh, God.
I used to go to rest stops. I used to take off about midnight and then get to a rest stop about, 4 o'clock in the morning after making a big drive down to maybe Nashville or something. Because that was, Kentucky. So I'd stop off at a rest stop outside Louisville, have a little nap in my car.
Aww.
And then go get to the place in the morning. And then 4 hours on from Kentucky is Nashville.
Yeah.
And then 4 hours on from there is New Orleans. So I was just working up and down that route, and then I went 4 hours the other way. I was up in Chicago and Wisconsin. So I used to go up and down that I think it was the I-90, up and down that all the time. Had a right old trip. I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Yeah. There's little towns there that I'll always love going back to. And to be fair, that car is the car that put Brie and I to our first immediate test. Because we met, and within a month, we went to Florida together.
Yeah.
So I met her, and a month later...
We drove to Florida?
We drove to Florida.
How many hours?
12 hours.
Gosh.
So I...
12 hours. Did you stop off?
Yeah. Luckily, I knew someone in Nashville, so we stopped there for the night.
Well, you knew someone in Nashville.
Yeah, I knew someone in Nashville.
check
A
you.
guy I went to school with had moved out there.
Oh my god!
So he was in
What the
Nashville,
hell?
and to be fair, I went from not seeing him for ages to
From BFFs.
seeing him 3, 4, 5 times while I was over there, and then go to his family house up in Connecticut as well. So I just drove everywhere.
I love America. I'd love to explore more. Just to get...
Yeah.
I see it on TV at the minute. It's like, I feel, honestly, I just want to go a bit more. Did you learn anything about yourself? Did you feel like you did?
I always thought I am quite a codependent person. I do like doing stuff with people. So like I said, if I'm going to a gym, I'm like, a gym buddy would be nice to work out with. But then I realise also you can just do it by yourself.
Yep.
You can just do it. So I was driving along, and this car didn't have auxiliary or anything like that. So I was just with the radio.
Oh.
So I kind of learnt just to be happy with what was on the radio and skip through and going through the channels, like proper vintage stuff. Like back in the 90s, I was like flicking through and finding a channel and skimming through, not being like constantly right. I got a podcast on, right? I've got this album on I want to listen to, and like if a song's rubbish, I just skip. Enjoying the music, listening to like
being more in the moment.
Just and it's all a bit romanticized now because the aircon didn't work in it. And so I'm driving to Florida. This is what I'm saying. This was the big test because it was a 12-hour journey, and Brie and I broke down like 3 times on the way there. And we're sat on like some shitty at some services, going to have a Denny's, sitting there for 2 hours while the car cooled down. Then it would start up again absolutely fine and carry on.
Bloody
but that was like a true test, and it's no aircon, like I said. So we're sweating our balls off, me mostly, and driving all this way. Thinking, is it going to be worth it? And bless her, Brie put up with me taking her to an absolute dump in Florida. We stayed at a terrible motel sandwiched between a KFC and a Taco Bell. Yeah, literally. It was like,
You went all that way to go there?
Oh, we went because then from there we could go to other places. Like it was just a cheap hotel, and then from there we could go visit nice places. So we drove down to the Florida Keys, which is another 4 hours. So, but that's it. Like time just became. This is why Americans can never understand it. Like when, let's say we were having Sunday lunch, right, and you were in Manchester, so you were just like, well, I can't make it because I'm in Manchester, and an American would be like, how far away is Manchester? And we'd be like, about an hour and a half, and they'd be like, so why are they not coming? It's like it's a fucking journey that for Sunday lunch. You having a laugh?
Yeah, but you can be in America, can't you? Driving 4 hours still in the same place.
I remember I used to drive half an hour just for like food. And that used to be like that used to be just one road. Take a right out of my granddad's place, drive half an hour, supermarket, drive half an hour back, and just one road, and that's the first thing you would see was that supermarket. So it's just there's nothing there.
I actually so desperately want to go do America.
Just rolls on, mate.
I just love to do it. Yeah, I just had a slight touch of it when I went to New York, but I definitely want to go back.
I think you got a different concept of the vastness of America in New York. You got the vertical vastness of America, whereas I don't think you would have been able to grapple you didn't get a feel of like the absolute
like the country
landscape. Like you can just.
So here's a question, right? Because I had a meeting yesterday. Where was I? Wait,
go on.
Right, it's past Lincoln, near the beach.
Cromer, Norfolk.
No. Okay, let me go on maps out.
Skegness.
No, but it was very flat. Is that what America's like? Quite flat?
Depends where you are. Depends where you are.
Oh, so you do get... Oh, of course you get hills.
You're gonna have like the Ozarks and the Appalachians, or you're gonna have lots of mountainous areas there, and then you're gonna have like... It's kind of like... My rule of thumb is the easier a state is to draw, the more flat and boring it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've got a little bit of a squiggle to a state, there's some stuff going on. It's a bit of coast, bit of fun, bit of beach. If it's big square...
Okay.
Usually there's not much happening.
Cool.
Right? It's usually just a lot of fields, a lot of flat, a lot of fields. So sorry, just a sweeping statement for all the Americans out there. It's true, though. It is true.
What does man v fat mean to you?
Lose weight and enjoy a game of football.
Mental health, camaraderie.
Friends, football, fat loss.
Reverse my diabetes.
Big, sweaty, fun.
Life-changing football.
Better and healthy lifestyle.
Good competitive sport.
Teamwork, banter and weight loss.
Create a winning mentality to lose fat.
Hard work, regime and football.
It means sustainable weight loss.
Don't let the boys down and don't let yourself down.
Man v Fat. Weigh, play, lose, win.
Yeah. See, some people do struggle to spend time on their own. Like I had an ex-boyfriend who surprised me crazily because he obviously had to go to another country because he was on his own, and he hated every minute of it. He hated being on his own. He said it was the worst thing he ever did. He hated, despised it. And I think...
Wait, so he moved from somewhere to come here?
No, he was going to... I think he was stopping. It was like a... it was in Dubai.
Okay.
He was going to go from one place to another, and it was like a stop-off. And he was there on his own.
For how long?
Like 2 days, 3 days.
What?
But hated it.
Couldn't hack it?
Hated it, no.
Ah, what are you talking about? Oh, I
Yeah.
can so do it.
Hated it.
Oh.
Hated it. And I think the thing is, it's not so much the focus of being travelling overseas. I think you need to sit with yourself in the UK. It's all about becoming your own best friend, because once you crack that, that is a form of self-love. And it's just, you will be able to do more things. And the thing is as well, when people are like, oh, I'm so scared. And I do get it, because you don't know, when you get off that plane, you don't know what it's going to be like. Like, oh my God, how do I get a taxi? How do I find my way to the hotel?
Oh, yeah.
And I do get that. I think it's always good to go back to a country you've been with someone else, so you understand about
You've got
the
a
area.
little bit of knowledge about it.
You know what to expect.
Yeah, but you've got to become kind of your own sounding board, because there's so much. I think if you go with someone, there's always going to be someone relies on the other person more to kind of guide them through. Like this is what Bree says to me. She loves traveling with me, which is good.
Yeah,
because we're married.
Thank God.
But because I kind of take the reins on it, and I lead the way, and I kind of just like, come on, follow me, and that's what that's what we're going to do. She likes that. But however, if she was to be traveling by herself, she knows she knows enough about it to be able to get it done herself. But I think there's some people that are so reliant on like having a sounding board, someone to play off, and someone to be like, should we be doing this? Should we be doing that? That they kind of can't make their own decisions, and they kind of get a little bit lost and a little bit like, oh, what should I be doing while I'm out here? Like they don't know what to do, because they need someone to kind of like hold their hand
This is
through
what
it.
you need to do, yeah.
But whereas if you can hold your own hand, that's the thing, right? You can get it done yourself. You can enjoy it yourself. You can make decisions yourself and embrace the whole place yourself. You don't need someone there with you.
I think even if you're in a relationship, I think there's nothing wrong with saying, do you know what, I'm going to go away this weekend, a long weekend, say Spain, I don't know, anywhere, and just go on your own. And like it gives you, so when I've done it solo before, like when I go to Italy and stuff, I do enjoy it because it gives me time. I know I'm in the UK and stuff, and I get time to sit alone with my thoughts.
But you're
and
away
stuff.
from work.
I'm away from work. I'm away from routine. And I can just, there's no pressures of work. And taking that away means so much. And I can just be there in the moment. I can reflect. I can just enjoy doing whatever I want. I've got the freedom.
Yep.
And it's just lovely. I think that's such a good part of going solo traveling. You can live more in the moment. You don't have someone saying, oh, do we have to do this?
Oh, God.
Or, oh, I don't want to do that today, or can we wake up at this time, or let's do this. Why are you going so slow? You don't have that. When you're alone, you run at your own time. There's no one telling you what to do.
So I remember I was in New York and traveling as a group of 4, and one of the guys we were with was like, I really want to go to Ellis Island, right? I want to go get the ferry across.
Yeah.
And so we went. So we got a taxi, got to Ellis Island. Got to where the ferry port was.
Yeah.
And the queue was massive. Huge. This place, like, and they're like, you're not getting in today, basically.
Right.
If you want to be here, what
Yeah.
you want to do is you want to get here at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That's your best shot, unless you kind
To
of...
get in, yeah.
And that's your best shot, because you can pay, like, these premiums, and we were like, we're not that arse, I don't want to pay, like, hundreds and
So
hundreds
what
of dollars.
happened?
So I said to him, I said, because I went off and found out how to do it, right? And this woman was like, well, if you come here, I'll be here tomorrow at 6 a.m. See me, I'll get you on this boat.
Right.
6:30, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I went back to the group and I went, right, listen, this lady can get us across Ellis Island early doors. We could be like at the island. No one else will be there. It'll be a nice, quiet thing. We need
What
to be at
happened?
6.
Did he?
He was like, nah, I'm not that bothered, mate, actually. I was like, what's the fucking performance for then? What are we doing here? What was the reason? Like, you can't be asked to queue to go. You can't be asked to get up early to go. Can you even be asked with it? Is it just a thing that you like think you need to be doing?
Yeah.
Or do you actually want to do it?
Yeah.
Did you just Google top 10 things to do in New York and that was one of them and you were like, I need to do it?
See, this is the thing.
You know?
It gets rid of all this noise.
Oh, God, yeah. Lateral decision. Oh, I love lateral decision making where you could just go, I want to do that.
And you can book it.
I fucking can.
I went away with a friend once and it was, I was like, oh, we're going to this country. It'd be really nice to do this, that and the other. And they were like, oh, no, don't book it yet. But I'm like, we got to book it because then things will get fully booked and then we'll miss out on the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Then you got someone else. I'm like, oh, I just want to book it. I don't want to miss out on this thing that I want to do. And when you go solo travel, you don't have that worry. Again, it cuts out that bit of noise. Yeah. And I remember there was this one thing I was like, do you know what? I put my foot down on this and I was like, I want to go on a helicopter ride.
I knew the helicopter was coming.
Honestly. And I wanted to do it with the legs out, the
whole shebang.
It was on my list.
You want to get the Instagram photo.
It's not even that. I just wanted to do it all.
No, I get it. It's a sick photo.
And they were, book it later on. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the grief I got for booking it was unreal, but I'm so glad that I did it.
Absolutely. Fuck
and we wouldn't have done it anyway, exactly.
That's it. Because what you would have done, you would have just been sat there being like, oh, what can we do? Well, we can only do things around New York that we can just walk to right now.
Yeah.
Which famously you can't do in New York. You need to book things ahead of time because you've got places that get booked out 6 months in advance.
Oh, nightmare,
right?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Come on. You've got to plan ahead for some of these things. But the problem is you will have people that don't like doing that. They're like, hey, man, let's just kind of like just turn up and see where it takes us. It's like, or... and I get it. I don't want to go on a holiday where it's like, today we're doing this, and then this, and then this, and then this.
Yeah.
If you have a few little good things sprinkled in,
Absolutely.
and the rest of it can be for your free, mañana, whenever things happen, they happen, man.
I just like to go on. The best bit about doing solo traveling, you've got your own timelines. You can go to the places you want to see. You don't worry about someone saying, I don't want to do it, I'm going to be bored. Cuts that out. And you can just be at peace because you're not worrying about if someone else is enjoying it or not and the pressures of it. You can just go and do what you want and you can sit in the moment. If you want to go to an expensive restaurant, you can. And that's another thing. Sometimes people would want to go to a country and someone else won't want to do it. But why would you not visit that country? That's the beauty. Another thing about solo traveling, just fucking go.
Oh, you can fuck them off. Yeah, massively,
go.
Yeah. Because say you want to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
And you want to go with your mate to Thailand. And they're like, oh, don't really want to go to Thailand. And eventually you go, oh, come on, blah, 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 blah. And you convince them and they go to Thailand.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bit of spite in them. And they're just going to not enjoy things because they already said they didn't want to go. So you're already on the back foot. And you're going to just be dragging this depressing ball and chain around with you, being like, this is good though, right? And they're going to be like, yeah, it's all right, I can't do the same thing. And they're just going to be a sad sack and it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
That's why you have to split off. I mean, when I went traveling, it was me and 3 other people. We went to in and around Europe. And when you're around, like I've always said, the quickest way to not become friends with someone is
travel
with them, yeah. Right? And we're all still friends now.
Although it can actually make you strongest bond then.
There was moments where there was moments where there was strongest bonding, and there was also moments where we all fucking hated each other, right? But then we just went. I think we didn't say it, but there was a time where I think one of our hotels got cancelled, and we just kind of went, "You guys go that way, we're going to go this way." And they spent the night in Venice, and they spent a couple of nights in Venice. We spent a couple of nights in Munich, and then we met up again at the next place, which I think was like Slovenia or something, with a little bit of a refresh.
Yeah,
we got it out of our systems. We were just like, oh. Let's just have a little breather.
Bit of time to your own.
Yeah, and we did. And then we could get through, because I think we were going to kill each other by the end of this trip.
This is what I mean. If you go solo travelling, it eradicates all of this. You're not going to kill anyone. Exactly.
If all goes well, you shouldn't, all right? But that is how it is. You are going to piss someone, especially, and it's rule of numbers as well. The bigger the group you go with, obviously there comes a certain point where you can split off.
Yeah. And
you can have your little factions of the group, but there's always going to be someone who's pissed off that they're not in the cooler faction.
Yeah.
The one I'm in. And then there's also going to be if you're in a group of 4, you've got a likelihood that someone's not going to be enjoying the thing as much as everybody else. Someone didn't want to go.
That's what I'm saying.
So stop going on holiday with people. Go by yourself. I mean, what's great now is my kids, they have no autonomy over what we're doing. We're doing what I say.
That's what I mean.
And they've got to get in the car and they're strapped in.
This is the best bit about being 30. The freedom you get is great.
Bad luck, kids. You're going where I'm driving you to, all right?
But I think as well, obviously, being solo in another country is... Not only do you get that sense of freedom, but it takes you out of your comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a big thing, and it's a eye-opener. And
I can see
once
you
it gets,
thriving doing it though.
Once you get out, yeah, but the thing is, I do it in this country. Every day that you go through things. And when I think about solo traveling, and like I was thinking, it teaches you how to rely on yourself. But then I'm thinking, well, that's what being single does. Being in the UK.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's the tightrope walk, right? Because when you're relying on yourself, but you've got your own place.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
You can you've got that fallback. But when you're relying on yourself in
a different
bumfuck
country,
nowhere, you can really fuck up.
Well, I must admit, I was in Singapore on my own, and I wanted to go to the trees, the garden, and all that jazz. What's it called?
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
looks sick.
But I was miles out from it, so I had to get a train, had to get a bus, and that was a bit crazy in a country I'd never ever been in. And once you achieve, I remember I was trying to book this ticket. It was dead weird, and I couldn't book this ticket, and I was like, oh my god, I was getting stressed out. And this man came over and he actually spoke English, and he was like, you can do whatever you put your mind to. It was such a weird moment.
The fuck?
I know, it was the most weirdest thing ever.
Ugh.
Yeah, and he was like, look, you do it. He says, right, I'm here, just do it. And I did. He worked there, obviously.
Oh, okay.
And it just gave me that confidence. I thought, I've achieved that. I've got a train on my own in a foreign country. And it gives you that sense of achievement. And once you get that sense of achievement, when you know you can do it, when you come back home, you get a bit more, obviously, what's the word? Confidence in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to keep kind of topping up on your solo traveling or just traveling. I'm saying traveling in general now because obviously I'm going with Brie and the kids everywhere, but like you still have to go do it. And now I've got the wife and kids with me. It's an extra pressure to like make these universal decisions and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of top up on your solo traveling as well and go and doing things by yourself because you can, as soon as you get back, you come back with a new lease of life. I'm going to do it this way and this way and this way. I'm going to use less technology. Because when I did my solo traveling around America, I didn't use GPS.
Yeah.
I used a map.
Imagine, yeah. I was like that in Barbados.
I didn't have an American phone at that point. So I used, I remember sitting in Denny's and mapping out my routes and exits.
Gosh.
And then I think back and I'm like, what a fucking poser. What a knobhead, right?
Why?
Because it's just like, all right, mate,
That's what you did
go
back
live in the fucking
day.
woods. Yeah, I know, but what I could have done is use my English phone, connected to Wi-Fi, download the maps on Google, and then just had Google Maps.
But this is another thing.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed drawing my route and then picking out little place I wanted to go to.
I think as well the beauty we have now is mobile phones. You go on maps, you can say wherever you want to go. It'll tell you what bus to get on, how far to walk to the bus. It tells you what train.
Doesn't that take the travel out of it?
No, because you've got some people who want to get from A to B. They're in a foreign country. They're on their own. They want to do something. Get a SIM card in that country. Like I went to Sri Lanka and I bought the SIM card so I could use my phone everywhere, and it cost like £5, I think, for like however long I was out there for.
Yeah.
So. But that maps is amazing. It tells you what trains. It's so good.
Doesn't it take a bit of the travel out of it though?
No, because I like to not, know where I'm going.
No, but that's it. But like I think this is more of a me problem because I'm very much a end result guy. Like, so if I'm going to this place, all the way to that place, I'm thinking about getting to that place. I'm not enjoying the actual trip to that place, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if I don't have a place in mind, I then enjoy the little places on the way to whichever place I end up. We're both planners. We both like to plan out the route, but I kind of just like a little freeform way of doing it, which is only happens when I'm traveling. Does not happen in England. Does not happen when I'm here.
Yeah, but you're in holiday mode, aren't you? That's what I mean.
That's
it's the beauty. It's the difference of solo overseas
or on island time.
Exactly. You're on island time, the best time.
Oh.
But I do think as well, obviously, say if you do go solo traveling, say you have a busy life back home or you are in a relationship or you are single, it is a way just to really get to know yourself because, like I said, you're away from work. So you're able to sit in that time.
To be fair, though, I'm thinking about, because you're very social.
Yeah.
So when you're solo traveling time to yourself, I feel there's going to be far less than my solo traveling time to myself because you will go out, meet a group of people and have socialize people. Whereas I'm like an antisocial solo traveler. I'm just bobbing along.
Yeah, but sometimes I like to be in my own little
world. That's it. Because when I was sitting in that Denny's mapping out, I had a little chat with the waitress and that was it.
See, it's like sometimes
I'm not talking to anyone else.
Like when I did group travel, for instance, everything was all very like scheduled. You're in a massive group, and there were some days I'm like, guys, I'm not coming. I'm just going to stay by the pool.
God,
I'm having my pizza, my cocktails. You guys go, and I'll see you later.
I can picture it so vividly. You're sat by the pool.
I was the only one who kept saying like, "No, I'm not doing that cooking lesson. I'm staying here."
I can see it. You sat by the pool. You've got all this hubbub of people around you, like with all their shit. Like, what are we doing today? What's on the itinerary? And then they all leave for that, and you can just go, oh,
yeah.
the whole
Honestly,
place to myself.
yeah.
Oh.
I'll never forget. I was at this villa once, and we had the pool that's on the beach, a stunning scenery in Thailand. And they all went out for the day, and I got a pizza, and I was just sat there.
When I think Thailand, I think pizza by the pool.
That's all. I always live off pizza in Thailand. Don't ask me why, but anyway.
Oh,
and I was sat there, and it was just great. There was no noise around me, and just to be, because I love it. Even when I'm back home, like on Saturday, as I said before, the weekend, I love having my lie-in, watching the Kardashians, switching my phone off so no one can contact me, and just completely switching off.
Yep.
This weekend, I thought, fuck it, I need to do it for longer because there was a lot I'm trying to process. There's a lot of like decisions I have to make. So I switched my whole day off and I loved it.
My phone's still off now.
I literally sat in gratitude for the day and I just wanted to be thankful to life.
That's good.
And I think that's another thing when you're on holiday, you can do that as well, which is lovely.
Absolutely. And I didn't say it in the finance episode and I wish I had now.
Oh, God.
What I would spend money on?
Holidays.
Exclusivity. So when you're saying like when you can have a thing to yourself.
Oh, beach.
Oh,
just you to yourself. Oh, I'd love
because that happens. That sometimes happens. You just
I love it.
You fumble across. You stumble. That's the word. Stumble across just a little stretch of space, and you're like, oh shit, this is ours.
Yeah.
And you get a little exclusive little bit, and obviously people will trickle in and trickle out, but like you're like, oh god, this is, and then. That is what if you can just pay money just to have a little bit of like that to myself. Oh,
see, I do love it. I love being on holiday. It's the best. I know we all do.
Yeah, I know.
But
news just in, guys. Holidays are great.
But I do. But there is sometimes when you can go solo traveling. We're hyping it up.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But there is sometimes where sometimes you wish you were with someone else, and you're going to feel that's normal. I'm not going to say you're not going to go to another country on holiday with yourself and think, oh, I wish someone else was here to enjoy it with me. You're going to have those moments. Of course you are. But
I think you're going to put the spin on it that I'm going to put on it.
Go on.
I think so. If you're solo traveling, you see something and you go, blah blah would really like that. That would make me then think about like the people I've got back home that I'm thinking about right now while I'm traveling. It's a little bit of like a nice, I wish they were here to see this. Take a picture, send it to them. Or you doing your little bit. I saw this when you're out there. We should take a trip there at some point, and you kind of plan for something else. But like if you're thinking about people while you're away, that means they're an important person.
But it's not even that though.
Okay.
For instance, no, that's one bit. That is one bit.
Okay, good.
There's another bit as well. It's like one of our listeners. He went traveling on his own, got a divorce, went traveling, and I remember him saying, "I was like, oh, how's it going?" And he's like, "Oh, I just wish I had someone special to enjoy this with."
But you would be able to
get that.
Some nights.
Personally, I don't feel that way. I'm living time on my own and just not having anyone to do with.
Loving time.
Loving it.
You are so northern then.
But there is times where on solo traveling there might be a bit where you wish someone was there, but
cool.
You're going to.
I mean, I like times myself, but Christ alive, I mean, I did a stag do. I did the stag do in Liverpool, and I was missing the kids and missing Brie. Straight away, like. Within the first night, I'm like, I wonder what the kids are doing. And Bree sending me photos and stuff like that. Yeah. So you're going to instantly miss people, for sure. But
but not all the time.
But not all the time. You're going to have moments where you'll see something that will be like, oh. Like I said, you will see something that will but then you can just go back to enjoying being by yourself as well.
I think
you should be comfortable with yourself, though.
Exactly.
I mean, we do drive a lot, though.
I have got so comfortable with myself to the point where I've learned so much.
Do you reckon it is because we are always on the road?
No, I think it's just the freedom. I'm in love with it.
No, but you... No, that we're so comfortable with it.
Maybe, yeah, because you're alone with your thoughts, aren't you?
Yeah, like today, I spoke to next to nobody, and I was just driving for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I love it when I've got a long drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Put your music on, singing.
That's it.
Reflecting.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever had the no music on? Do a stretch?
I did it today on the way home from the gym. It's very rare for me to do it because I love a sing-song, but I just drove home in quiet.
I do it sometimes when I'm like, I don't even remember how I got to this point. And I turn the music off for a bit and be like, I need to actually Like I've gone into complete autopilot. I need to have a little fucking reset and work out that I'm still a human. I'm still here. So I'll turn the music off and be like, okay, I'm registering what's going on. But yeah, so I think you do need to be comfortable with yourself. But
it's all a lesson.
And I'm not saying you need to be a nomad and just completely shut yourself off from the world and not, have friends and not have relationships and stuff. But at the same time, it is nice to, have time with yourself.
I think it's so important.
Absolutely.
No matter if you're in a relationship, if you're not, if you are surrounded by people constantly, I think it's so important to take time to yourself.
I couldn't. Sorry, I was just going to say I could not be in a relationship with someone who couldn't spend time alone.
Codependency. Ugh.
Because sometimes, codependency. Because sometimes Brie will go to me and like we're watching TV together. She'll go like, I'm just going to go upstairs.
I would say you guys have got a healthy relationship.
Yeah, she has a little time.
She lets you come do a podcast.
That's it.
Like,
this is my time.
But yeah, so we've got some questions from Victoria.
Yes, go on, I'm ready.
I'll just fire some over to you.
Okay.
So, how do you pick your destination? Like, do you think solo trips are more suited city destinations or chilling on a beach somewhere?
I think you could...
Both.
What? Well, we can't do both. She's asked for which one? We can't go both. Cheers, next. No, I think if you're warming into it...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Exactly.
No, you might...
Told you.
How do you pick?
City or a beach.
Depends what you like.
Exactly. Depends what vibe you want. I think beach is very good for like going to Thailand. It's incredible.
Sit and do nothing.
Yeah, just have a bit of a breather, a reset.
City if you want to be doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. If you feel like you just want to explore and do a lot.
If you're not,
100%.
I tell you, if you're not comfortable being alone, go to a city because then you'll always have something to do. Whereas if you just, because to be honest, I think I would struggle to sit on a beach for 2 weeks by myself. I think I would struggle with that.
Yeah, but you could book excursions though, couldn't you?
Yeah, but then you're kind of trying to do... Like, I'm saying, like,
Like, I wouldn't want to go to a hotel and just sit there and sunbathe. That's my idea of how.
I don't know. I think hell might be pushing.
It's like 2 weeks.
I think you'd still be
I'd be wasting 2 weeks of my life. Like, I'm just not that person.
Nice tan, though.
But yeah, I think it depends what vibe, doesn't it? If you want a bit of relaxation.
If you like a city, try a foreign city. If you like a countryside, try a foreign countryside. That's it. Thanks for joining us this week, and we will see you next week where we create or attempt to create the perfect country.
Yes.
Are you prepped?
Of course.
Yes. You sounded it from that. Yes, sure. We are going to...
I actually did think about that. If you buy like a piece of land, like an island, and just make your own country.
It's very difficult to do. You have to be a billionaire to do it, which is why Dubai exists. They just went, fuck it.
We don't need to be on big scale like that, though, do you? Start small, build slowly.
Oh, so you're thinking you just have your food from one place in like a little
like
shack,
Hawaii.
And then a little... Yeah, I know, but it's still infrastructure.
Then build
it's still
it
crazy
up.
Infrastructure.
It is, yeah, right.
But then I do think about like when I watch Moana with Bryn, not just chilling by myself, boshing Moana. I do think like that sounds nice actually.
Yeah, but it's like Thai, they're like that.
But I know that's the whole like premise of the film is like, no, you should want more than, the land you're from, but like it sounds nice, like just...
It does sound, yeah.
Getting
that's
the
what it's like in
coconuts and that's
Thailand.
the job. But then like they will listen to the same song we've always listened to. It's just like, but sometimes that does sound a bit nice.
It does, honestly. Simple life.
Your role, you're just bobbing along.
You go past your car, people just sat outside the houses, just chilling, staring into the abyss.
Calm, nice. Yeah, like a little stoop chill.
Yeah.
Lovely. Anyway, you're giving answers away of what your perfect country is. But yeah, we're just going to do I'll explain it next week anyway. There's loads of rules. Charlotte loves rules, so I've given loads of rules to the game.
Good times.
But as usual, please give us 5 stars. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Tell your best pals. Tell everyone.
Just thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
ciao.
Thanks for listening. We know time is precious, and we thank you for yours. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.